5 insulin resistance symptoms. After 60, you should never ignore. Many adults over 60 believe feeling tired after meals is simply part of getting older. You finish breakfast or lunch, sit down in your favorite chair, and within minutes, your energy disappears. Your mind feels foggy. Your eyelids become heavy. You start craving something sweet. Maybe a cookie, maybe a piece of chocolate, maybe another cup of coffee. Most people blame age. But what if your body is trying to warn you about something else? What if those everyday symptoms are early signs of insulin resistance? Today, we're going to discuss 5 insulin resistance symptoms after 60 you should never ignore, why they happen, and one surprisingly simple movement that may help your body control blood sugar more effectively. Deep inside your lower leg is a hidden muscle that most people have never heard of. You cannot see it in the mirror. You probably never think about it. But when this small muscle starts working, it can pull sugar directly out of your bloodstream with very little help from insulin. We'll explain how it works in just a moment. First, you need to understand what happens inside your body after you eat. Glucose is not the enemy. Your brain depends on it. Your muscles use it for energy. Your body cannot survive without it. The problem begins when too much glucose enters your bloodstream too quickly. When you eat foods rich in carbohydrates, your digestive system breaks them down into glucose. The glucose enters your bloodstream. Your pancreas responds by releasing insulin. Think of insulin as a key. Its job is to unlock your cells so glucose can enter and be used for energy. When this system works properly, your blood sugar stays balanced. But after age 60, several things begin to change. Muscle mass naturally declines. Physical activity often decreases. And your cells become less responsive to insulin. Doctors call this insulin resistant. The key is still there, but the lock has become harder to open. To compensate, your pancreas must work harder and release more insulin. At first, you may not notice anything unusual. Your blood tests might still appear normal, but your body often sends warning signs long before diabetes develops. The first symptom is feeling tired or sleepy after meals. Many people experience an energy crash about 1 or 2 hours after eating. At first, this seems harmless, but it may signal that your blood sugar is rising too quickly and then dropping too fast. Your brain depends heavily on glucose for fuel. When blood sugar levels swing dramatically, your brain reacts. You feel tired, your concentration drops, your thinking becomes slower. Many people assume this afternoon crash is caused by age or poor sleep. In reality, it may be your body struggling to control blood sugar efficiently. The second symptom is strong cravings for sweet. Have you ever eaten a full meal and still wanted dessert soon afterward? This is not always a lack of willpower. It is often biology. When blood sugar rises rapidly and then falls sharply, your brain sends an urgent message. Find more fuel. Find it quickly. That is why many people crave cookies, candy, pastries, or sugary drinks after meals. These cravings can become a daily cycle. Sugar rises, sugar crashes, cravings return. Over time, this roller coaster places increasing stress on the pancreas. The third symptom is feeling hungry again shortly after eating. A healthy meal should provide steady energy for several hours, but insulin resistance can interfere with this process. Even though glucose is available in the bloodstream, your cells struggle to access it efficiently. As a result, your body acts as if it is running low on energy. You may feel hungry an hour after eating despite consuming enough calories. Many adults over 60 blame themselves for overeating, but sometimes the real problem is not appetite. It is insulin resistance. The fourth symptom is increasing belly fat. Excess fat around the waist is more than a cosmetic issue. It can be both a cause and a consequence of insulin resistance. When your muscles and liver have already stored enough glucose, your body converts the excess into fat. Much of this fat accumulates around the abdomen. Over time, abdominal fat releases inflammatory chemicals that make insulin resistance worse. This creates a vicious cycle. More insulin resistance leads to more fat storage. More fat storage leads to greater insulin resistance. The fifth symptom is brain fog. You may notice difficulty concentrating. You forget simple things. You struggle to stay focused during conversations. Your thoughts feel slow and unclear. Many people assume these changes are simply part of aging, but unstable blood sugar can affect the brain long before diabetes develops. Your brain requires a steady supply of energy. When blood sugar rises and falls repeatedly, mental clarity often suffers. These 5 symptoms may seem unrelated: fatigue, cravings, hunger, belly fat, brain fog, but together they may point to one underlying problem: insulin resistance. Many adults are surprised to learn that insulin resistance often develops silently for years. You may feel generally healthy. You may not have diabetes. You may not take any medications for blood sugar. But inside the body, important changes can already be happening. The pancreas may be producing more and more insulin just to keep blood sugar within a normal range. This is why insulin resistance is often called a hidden condition. Standard blood tests may not detect the problem early enough. Many people only discover it after weight gain, rising blood pressure, worsening cholesterol levels, or a diagnosis of prediabetes. The earlier you recognize these warning signs, the easier it may be to reverse the process through simple lifestyle changes. Consider the story of Linda. Every afternoon after lunch, she felt exhausted. Her mind became foggy. She could not concentrate. Around 3 o'clock, she walked to the vending machine for chocolate. She blamed herself for lacking discipline. But the real problem was not willpower. Her body was trapped in a cycle of blood sugar, spikes, and crashes. Then there is Mike. At 52, he visited his doctor because of back pain. During the appointment, he casually mentioned that he always felt hungry, even after large meals. His blood sugar levels were technically normal, but they sat near the upper limit of the healthy range. His doctor recognized the early signs of insulin resistance before diabetes developed. This is why insulin resistance can be so dangerous. For years, routine blood tests may look normal. Meanwhile, your pancreas works harder and harder. Over time, the cells stop responding. Insulin resistance progresses to prediabetes. Prediabetes progresses to type 2 diabetes. And diabetes increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, kidney problems, vision loss, and poor circulation. But here is the encouraging news. Your muscles can help interrupt this process. Inside every muscle cell are tiny structures called mitochondria. Think of them as miniature energy factories. When your muscles contract, these factories begin pulling glucose out of your bloodstream and using it for energy. Even more remarkable, working muscles can absorb glucose through a pathway that requires much less insulin. This gives your pancreas a break, and this is where the hidden muscle in your calf becomes important. Beneath the larger calf muscle sits a smaller muscle called the soleus. Researchers at the University of Houston discovered that activating this muscle after meals significantly reduced blood sugar spikes. Participants performed a simple movement while sitting. They kept
To
their
perform the
toes on
soleus push-up,
floor
keep
and
your toes
slowly
planted and
raised
slowly
and
raise your
lowered their
heels high, feeling the
The results
contraction in the calf.
surprised even the
Then
researchers.
slowly lower them
After-meal
down.
blood sugar spikes dropped by approximately 52%. Insulin release decreased by nearly 60%. You can try this movement right now. Sit comfortably in a chair. Place
After
both feet
eating,
flat on the
simple
floor.
movements
Keep your
can
toes
significantly
touching the ground.
impact metabolic
Slowly
health.
lift your
The
heels,
soleus
then
push-up is
lower
a
them back
specific
down.
seated
Repeat
exercise.
the movement at a
This
comfortable
action
pace.
powers
No
metabolism
equipment,
for
no
hours.
gym membership, no special clothing. Just 10 to 15 minutes after a meal may help support healthier blood sugar control. This movement is effective because consistency matters more than intensity. You do not need to exhaust yourself. You simply need to move. A short walk after meals can also help. So can light housework. Wash the dishes, wipe the counters, water the plants. Stand up and move instead of sitting immediately after eating. The first 90 minutes after a meal may be one of the most important windows of the day for your metabolism. That is when your muscles can remove glucose from your bloodstream before it is stored as fat. After age 60, this becomes especially important because muscle mass naturally declines. Doctors call this sarcopenia. Less muscle means fewer places for glucose to go. That places more pressure on your pancreas. This is one reason why preserving muscle becomes one of the most important health goals after age 60. Muscles do far more than help you walk, climb stairs, or carry groceries. They act like a storage system for glucose. The more healthy muscle you maintain, the more efficiently your body can manage blood sugar. This is why experts increasingly recommend combining daily movement with simple strength exercises. Even light resistance training 2 or 3 times each week may help improve insulin sensitivity over time. You do not need heavy weights or intense workouts. Chair exercises, resistance bands, and body weight movements can all make a meaningful difference. Protecting your muscles means protecting your metabolism. And protecting your metabolism means protecting your independence. The solution is not exercising harder. It is moving smarter. If you often feel tired after meals, crave sweets, struggle with brain fog, gain weight around your waist, or feel hungry shortly after eating, talk with your doctor. Ask about your fasting glucose level. Ask whether checking your hemoglobin A1C might be helpful. Early action is often the easiest and most effective way to protect your long-term health. Remember, insulin resistance rarely appears overnight. It develops slowly over many years, and small daily habits can move you in either direction. The next time you finish a meal, do not head straight for the couch. Give your muscles a job to do. Your pancreas may thank you, your energy may improve, and your future self may benefit more than you realize. Tell me in the comments, do you usually sit down or stay active after meals? And don't forget to subscribe for more senior health tips, healthy aging advice, and practical ways to protect your body after age 60.